What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Uh, just a minute. Please allow me a minute. Just a minute. Hmm. Let me clear up some things. Let me delete some things so that the video that I'm recording can be saved, or else there might be some issue related to space. All right. As you guys know, in the previous video, in the yesterday's video, I talked about me buying some of the books, some of the story books, and probably these are the first physical story books that I have ever purchased so far in my life, deliberately purchased, and they are basically kids books. So they are generally made up for the small kids from 3 to 8 years old, or maybe till maximum 10 years old. But because I haven't read storybooks and everything, and I've also been interested. I have a lot of books, as I mentioned in the previous video, but those books are majorly uh, self-help books only, but no storybooks, no fiction or anything. So that's why I purchased a bundle of books. You can see the previous video, just one video before this one. So I have purchased small story books, and I have purchased this book 151 Akbar bearable stories as well. This one, this is the thickness of this book. It's not a very thick book, pretty thin book, and this is how it looks from the inside. 151 stories, uh, and you know these are the tiny books. This is another set that I purchased, and there are 10 story books, very very tiny, and I believe how many, hardly 7 or 8 pages are there inside this book. It's a pretty thin book, you can see, just like the invitation card or the greeting card that we guys receive, even thinner maybe than those cards and everything. So yesterday I started reading, and I read this Aladdin and the Magic Lamp book. Aladdin, this is a story that we all know more or less. More or less, we all have the idea of this story. It's related to Aladdin and that lamp, that magic lamp. When if rubbed, a genie comes up and stuff. So I thought, why don't talk about anything related to English technicality, and try to speak about the story of this Aladdin and whatever, so that I have read this book yesterday night, and if I'll narrate this story again, so not only the story will get stronger in my head, but at the same time it will be a kind of practice also for me, because I have anyways to speak. Uh, it's a deliberate practice that I do on a daily basis, and I've been doing this thing since a long time, not just in front of these videos. Of course, with the help of this video, regularity and a consistency has definitely come up. But even when I was not recording videos, still I would always make sure that I'm speaking on a daily basis, so that I stay in touch, and my command of the language uh, sustains, and not just sustains, but at the same time it gradually gets better with time, right? So let's narrate the story Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. So more or less the story is about, basically, as far as I can remember, because I have read it once only. So I will try to narrate the exact story out of this particular book, whatever is written in this book. So basically, there is a guy by the name of Mustafa. Mustafa is a tailor, and he's a married guy. He's a tailor, and he has a son, Aladdin. So Aladdin is the son of Mustafa. Mustafa is the tailor, and Mustafa is basically not so happy with Aladdin, because Aladdin has now become young, and Aladdin doesn't do anything, and Aladdin is not even serious about any damn thing. Aladdin is, you can say, is the Ranbir Kapoor of that movie. What was that movie in which Ranbir Kapoor did nothing and he was so confused and everything? So Ranbir Kapoor has two movies, Wake Up Sid, and another movie in which Deepika Padukone was the co-actress. I forgot the name. In which Ranbir's father was never so happy with whatever Ranbir did, or whatever his aspirations were or goals were. All right, so Aladdin here is someone who does not do anything, and who has no plans, and no seriousness at all about his life. And his father Mustafa is very much worried about that thing. Uh, what happens one day is that Mustafa dies. Mustafa dies of what reason? I think even they have not mentioned the reason. Or maybe they might have mentioned the reason, and I couldn't. Uh, I don't remember it, maybe. uh, right. So basically Mustafa's father dies, and now the entire responsibility on Aladdin. Now the only two members in his family are Aladdin and his mother. Now, what happens is, how did he get the lamp? Yeah. So one day, what happens is that, a person comes up, to the house of Aladdin, and the person says, "Hey, you son, I'm your uncle. Uh, Tell me, tell about me to your mother." So Aladdin just, goes back to his mother and says that, uncle has come up, a person has come up, and he's calling himself as my uncle. Uncle means my friend's brother. So Aladdin's mother says, "But I haven't ever heard of your uncle ever from your father or anything. So I'm not sure whether he truly is your uncle or not." But anyways, they just allow that person to come inside, because that person was looking very rich and wealthy and very well behaved, well mannered. So they just let him in, and he tells everything about his father Mustafa, Aladdin's father Mustafa, to his mother and to Aladdin, and they both kind of believe this person, that yeah, this person might be uh, my friend's, I'm sorry, my father's brother. Now what happens is that this person lives for a couple of days in their house only, and their bond and everything gets stronger, and everything looks so hunky dory, so good from the outside. And then what happens is, uh, the person finally says that, okay, I just have to leave now, I will have to go back to my home for my business and everything. But what I want is, I want to take Aladdin with me to my home. I will, make him a big person. I will teach him a lot of things, and I will train him, and he will become a big person, a wealthy person, a rich person, and everything. And the mother of Aladdin happily says yes to that proposal. Now Aladdin goes with this person. Now this person, who was calling himself the uncle of Aladdin, is actually an evil magician. Right? He's an evil magician. Now what his goal is, that he takes basically Aladdin to a cave, a cave which is covered up with, big stones and everything, and there is a door, of course, made up of rock and everything. Now this uh, magician, uh, you know he says some mantra or something, and then the door opens up of the cave, and Aladdin feels so amazed that what just happened. He said something, he murmured something, and the door just opened. And then this magician asks Aladdin to enter inside the cave, and he tells him a basic route of, how to enter, and what all you will see, and what where you have to reach. So eventually he talks about a lamp that Aladdin has to find, and he has to get it outside. So Aladdin understands the entire map, and he enters into the cave. And Aladdin, when he moves inside the cave, he sees all the things exactly the same as the magician had narrated him. Now, once he finds the lamp, he takes the lamp, and he moves towards the cave. Now, the entrance of the cave is such that a person is required to pull you up if you are inside that cave. So a person outside is at least required to pull you up, so that you can easily escape the cave, you can easily come out of the cave. Now when Aladdin asks his so-called uncle, that magician, to pull him outside, the magician says, "No, firstly give me the lamp, that is the magic lamp." Aladdin says, "I will definitely give you the lamp, but at least pull me up. I will come outside and I will give you the lamp. Of course, I'm going to give you lamp." But the magician says, "No, give me the lamp first, then only I will pull you up." Now Aladdin, thinks that maybe, something is quite suspicious here. Something is not good. Something is wrong here. With the behavior and the excitement of that magician, because as soon as he saw the lamp, he got so excited that, oh, and his behavior changed, and that's why he was saying, no, firstly give me the lamp and then I will pull you up and stuff like that. Aladdin simply says, if you don't pull me up, I'm not going to give you the lamp first. Now the magician again murmured that, mantra or something, whatever that thing was, and the cave gets closed, the door gets closed. Now Aladdin is inside. And yeah, one more thing is that that magician had, I forgot to tell you, the magician had initially given Aladdin a ring. He gave Aladdin a ring, which Aladdin was wearing. That was also a magic ring. So Aladdin didn't know anything about the lamp, but he definitely knew about the ring because the magician, his so-called uncle, had told him that, if you get stuck into any problem or anything, this ring will help you. You can simply rub the ring and your problem will get solved. Now he recalls that thing said by his evil uncle, evil magician, and he rubs that ring and a genie comes up. Now the genie says, your command is my order, sir. Something like that. Now Aladdin simply says, please get me back to my home. As soon as he says this, Aladdin, along with his lamp and ring, of course, he directly appears right in front of his house. All right. Maybe I'm telling this thing to you in every detail. Maybe I'm a very detailed person. It's not that maybe I am a very detailed person, but I think I should cover it faster because I'm already close to 12 minutes in this video. Now, uh, you know, when he moves back, or he comes back to his home, next day, his mother, while doing the regular cleaning stuff, she finds that lamp that Aladdin had taken with himself to the home. Now she, as soon as she starts to clean that lamp as well, some, she rubs it. Of course, unknowingly, she had no idea. She rubs it in order to clean it, and the genie appears, and the genie says, "Your command is my order." And the mother just gets so scared and stuff, and she's like, oh my god, what just happened, who is he and stuff. And Aladdin understands the thing, and Aladdin realizes, okay, that might be the reason why that evil uncle was asking for this lamp. And Aladdin quickly realizes the entire scenario, his intentions, his so-called uncle's intentions. And now he says to his mother that, mom, now all our misery will end, now all the problems that we have gone through, the financial issues and everything, it will all fade away because of this thing. Now Aladdin requests, and not he didn't request because he had to give command, he had to order. So now Aladdin asks to the genie to give him prosperity, to give him a good home and a lot of money. As soon as he demanded for it, he got it. Now, the king of that particular area, uh, no, yeah. One day, what happened was that, uh, some crowd was going on, and maybe, there was queen was going on, not the queen, the princess was going on. uh, and Aladdin, gets to see her, and he's like, oh my god, he felt like he has fallen in love with that queen right in the very first sight. Now he tells the same thing to his mother, that, mother, I've seen a girl and I'm so much in love with her, and I want to marry her. Then she goes, because now they have also become rich. Now she, along with Aladdin, they go to the king's palace. And now the mother asks the king to, you know for his son to get married with the princess. And the king does not have any problem, because the king also sees that, they are also very rich, and the mother was carrying a lot of jewelry and everything. So but the only problem the king feels is that, oh, you are, you are the son of a tailor, and I give you my daughter to get married to a tailor's son. This is not something that, I'm feeling good about. Everything seems good. Aladdin is good. You guys are rich as well, but you're a son of a tailor, so I'm not happy with this. I can give you the hand of my daughter only if you can build a castle or a palace, a good castle, that too in a matter of just 1 day, then only I can give you my daughter's hand. And it was extremely easy. It was as easy for Aladdin as as blinking the eye. So it was as easy as blink of an eye. I think that's the more appropriate way. So Aladdin, kind of smiles in his own head, and he says, "Sure, sir, it will be done, no problem." And Aladdin, of course, after coming back to his house, he just demands the same thing to the genie, and the genie just builds an entire, full-fledged, a beautiful-looking castle, and then he gets married to the princess. Now, the evil magician was seeing each and everything from his own place in that magical crystal ball or something, whatever it is called generally, I don't know. Now he sees that, oh, Aladdin he sees the prosperity of Aladdin and the happiness and everything, and the way he is exploiting that lamp and the genie and everything, and he feels so angry and I mean, yeah, so angry only. So he then decides to come back to Aladdin's castle. Now he appears, and the princess is there, and of course he appears in the form of a peddler. A peddler is someone, the people who carry a bag or something, carrying their own merchandise or stuff that they sell from door to door in streets and everything, in the form of that person. And he appears, and he was giving new lamps in exchange of old lamps. That was his strategy, because he just wanted the lamp only. So the princess comes up with the exact same lamp, that magical lamp, considering it to be an old lamp, in order to exchange it from the new one. And as soon as she gives it to the evil magician, the magician just disappears and goes back to his home. He demands the genie to take away the princess and the castle to his place, the castle to be disappeared and the princess to his place. That's what he demands to the genie, and that's exactly what happens, because the genie was so damn quick, even faster than Blinkit. And when Aladdin comes back home, wherever he was gone, I don't know where he was gone. It is not mentioned in the story, I guess. And he gets shocked. He's like, "Oh my God, where is my queen and where is my castle?" Because there was barren land, nothing was there. So in so much of shock and disbelief, Aladdin does what? Aladdin then again recalls that ring, that because even that ring was also powerful. Then he again he rubs the ring, and the genie shows up, and he asks the genie to give him his castle and queen back. But the genie says that, "Sir, this is not in my hands. What most I can do for you is that I can tell you where your queen and the castle is, and the person responsible for this. I can take you. I can even take you to that place also. That is the max I can do. That is the max which is there in my limits." So Aladdin says, "Okay, then do so." Now when Aladdin reaches back to the place of that evil magician, now there is a scenario where Aladdin is able to get the access to the queen without letting the magician know, and then Aladdin asks the queen to get him that lamp at any cost. She just has to snatch, or take that lamp wherever that lamp is, and give it to her husband Aladdin. And she does exactly that. She doesn't let the magician know about any damn thing about this conspiracy and this planning and everything. And she somehow grabs the lamp and gives it to the husband, to Aladdin. And she also does one thing, that she mixes some poison or something in the food of that magician also. So as soon as he consumes that food, he just almost dies, you can say. In this story they have mentioned that he just faints, or he just gets unconscious. But I personally thought, while reading this, that he they should have done something that that the magician would die. They should have done something of this sort and not just unconscious, because an unconscious person will eventually get conscious, and then again, he would continue to play these games and continue to do this conspiracy and everything. But anyways, whatever they have mentioned, they have mentioned. So now Aladdin finally gets the lamp back in his hands, and again, he rubs it, the genie shows up and he asks the castle to uh, come up again, and genie does exactly the same, and genie also takes both of them to their respective place, and the story ends right then there. I hope I was okay enough to narrate this story. Of course, in English language, which is not my first language, it's just a language that I practice on a daily basis. And I read this story yesterday only. Of course, we all have some idea, but some idea related to this story. But again, this is not something that I do on a daily basis. This is something that maybe I'm doing probably for the first time, maybe for the first time, that I'm narrating a story, that too, which I read just yesterday night only while sleeping. Okay. If you guys want to have a one-on-one speaking practice session with me, you can please check out the links mentioned in the description and in the pinned comment. If you want to say any damn thing, you can share that down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.